Hi, my name is Mr. D, and today I want to take a look at adding fractions that have the same denominator. So we have simplified the following expressions, and for the first example we're doing 1/5 plus 2/5. So when you're adding fractions, one of the most important things to remember is that when you add them, you're not going to be adding the denominator. So the first thing you should do is rewrite the denominator. I'm telling you, this is one of the most common errors, is that when students see this, they just go across. They do 1 plus 2 is 3, 5 plus 5 is 10. But remember, you're not adding the denominator, so the first thing you should do is just rewrite it right next to the equal sign. But next we could add the numerators. These terms we are going to add. So we're going to add 1 plus 2. These terms are being added, and we're going to get 3. Now the reason why we don't add the denominator is just think in terms of pizza or some sort of pie. That when you're starting off with, let's say, 1/5 of the pie, if you eat 1 out of the 5 slices, and then you eat another 2 out of the 5 slices, altogether, you've eaten 3 out of the 5 slices. It's not like all of a sudden you have 10 pieces of the pie. It's still going to be the original pie with 5 slices, except now all we're saying is that I ate 3 out of the 5 of them. Okay, so that's why the denominator is not going to change, in case you have trouble trusting that rule. But then next, we think about, well, why do we want to trust this rule? Is because we're not going to draw a pizza pie cut into 22 pieces. But now we just have to trust that when we add these terms together, when we add these two fractions, the denominator is not going to change in our answer. All we're going to add is 7 plus 3, which is 10. But one thing that you should always do, make sure your fraction is in simplest form. That is, you want to reduce it. So notice here that 10 over 22 can be reduced. The greatest common factor of 10 and 22 is 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to divide both the numerator and denominator by 2. So then our final answer, when we do 10 divided by 2, we're going to get 5. When we do 22 divided by 2, we're going to get 11. So for the second example, our answer is 5/11. So we have to make sure that we reduce. For the first example here, notice when we had 3/5, this was already reduced because the greatest common factor of 3 and 5 is 1. So we wouldn't divide the numerator and denominator by 1 because that would give us the exact same value. Okay, well, this is going to conclude this video on adding fractions with the same denominator. Thank you all for watching, and I hope that this was helpful.